Neill Blomkamp, who wrote and directed the critically acclaimed, the extremely popular, the Oscar-nominated District 9, as well as he wrote and directed Elysium, which didn't come to as much critical acclaim or audience acclaim. I thought it was good. And the upcoming Chappie, which its reception TBD, he will be doing the next Alien film, which is kind of a cool thing to think of. Also, kind of strange how this seemed to come about. This was a mere 2-3 months ago. He went on social media. He went on Twitter, I guess it was, threw up basically fan art of renditions of Ripley and the derelict ship and some crazy costume designs, and Hicks, Michael Biehn from Aliens, and kind of just with the subheading, oh, I wasn't asked to do any of this, but here it is, check it out, tee hee hee. Well, if that was some kind of strategic move on his part, I guess it worked, because in an insanely short period of time, he is the director, assumingly writer director, of the next Alien film, Alien 5, or maybe it's Alien 2.5. We don't know quite yet what's going on. There's a lot of conflicting information, a lot of speculation about what the story is going to be, and a lot of uncertainty even from Blomkamp's part about where this is going to fit in the story. But I mean, that's crazy to think of, that this fan art has all of a sudden become it's going to be made into a movie. Whether he has a concept or anything, who knows? But I mean, who knows just how crazy that is in Hollywood. I mean, you can just kind of imagine the phone call. Fox calls him up like, "Hey, Neil, Booby, Bloomy, baby, we're destitute for ideas, and Prometheus didn't get the audience reaction we wanted, didn't make as much money as we wanted, but people are going nuts for your little fucking drawings there. You want to make the next Alien movie?" You're like, "Sure, why not?" And I would assume that's it. I mean, here he is. He's going to be making the new Alien movie. That's nuts to me. But I mean, one thing that's a little worrisome is that there's speculation, or he said himself, that it's not so much going to follow from where Alien Resurrection left off. So essentially what it's going to be doing is disregarding Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, which I don't know about that. That's a little worrisome. I mean, the big picture here is that Sigourney fucking Weaver, Ripley, legend, she's back. And that's something that I've always been hoping for a new Alien movie with Sigourney Weaver. And we've had spin-offs with the Alien versus Predator movies, but they're kind of their own separate thing. We've had Prometheus, which I love, and I'll stand for, I'll stand behind till the day I die. But to see another Alien movie with Sigourney Weaver, that is exciting. So basically, I mean, she has a lot of pull. Like, even from Aliens, she's kind of had a big hand in deciding what the story's going to be, where the character's going to go, what's allowed, what's not allowed. So, I mean, we can talk about Neill Blomkamp all we want, but it's going to come down to Sigourney Weaver and what she wants, and how basically her legacy is this classic character. I mean, she's up there. I mean, in my opinion, and many others' opinion, with the iconic franchise stars. If Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones, he's come back. Sylvester Stallone in Rocky and Rambo, he's come back. Bruce Willis in Die Hard, he's come back. So there are all these franchises where it does kind of depend on this one person. So ultimately, it's going to depend on Sigourney Weaver and what she has to say. But Blomkamp, I would assume without really having a story so far, is leaning more towards making this a genetic sibling to Aliens, so following where Aliens left off as opposed to Alien Resurrection, which I'm not too crazy about. I mean, it's not like it's unprecedented to kind of do that. Kind of like basically like a half reboot of the series when you think about it. We've seen that done with the Superman series, with Superman Returns, and that worked out great. They ignored 3 and 4 as well in the Superman series, so not completely unprecedented. But the thing is, I mean, we're talking about ignoring the whole half of a series here. Is 4 movies. If you're only gonna kind of play into the fact the first two. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. And it's not that Alien 3 and 4 are that bad. I have a review of Alien 3 on my channel, which I'm probably like my most viewed video, where I do like the movie. I really do. It has flaws. Needless to say, it has flaws, but I think it's a worthy film in the franchise. Alien Resurrection, I'm not too crazy about, but again, I have a certain respect for keeping the series going any way it could, because the Alien series, it really is one of those movie series that continuously backs itself into a corner. I mean, you think about it, the first Alien movie, every character in the fucking movie is dead except for Ripley. So where do you take that story? Do you continue that survivor with that survivor? Do you like send another bunch of people to that planet with the mysterious eggs and mysterious ship and all that stuff? So what exactly do you do? And I think James Cameron did an excellent job in following up with Ripley's story and still including LV-426, the mysterious planet, and the mysterious derelict ship and all the eggs, and including the alien queen into the mythos of this story. Like, there's all these eggs. Who's laying these eggs? But that kind of backed the whole series into the corner once the movie had kind of resolved. The whole planet's blown up. The queen is dead. I mean, where else do you go with the series if you want to keep it going? Same with like Terminator. Fucking James Cameron. He's like the king of like ending franchises at number 2, and leaving everyone else to fuck up. Terminator 2, they prevented Judgment Day. What other story is there to tell? So they had piece of shit Terminator 3. Judgment Day is just delayed. There's more movies, don't worry. 3 was a horrible movie. 4, they didn't even include Arnold. Well, they sort of did. Horrible. I'm sure Genesis will be great. But anyway. So yeah, Alien 3, I mean, what else could you do except for that fucking horrible plot hole where somehow an egg got on the ship? I mean, what else can you really do? So, I mean, there's that. And then Alien 3 kills off the whole movie, aside from the, snarling, disgusting aliens, the movie series, it is about Ripley. And they killed Ripley, so where the fuck else are you going to bring the... We'll clone her. Why not, right? It's either that or make Alien 3 a bad dream. So I have a certain respect for 3 and 4 in the way they, tried to keep the series on life support and tried the best they could. And I think Alien 3, it's a noble effort, and I have a great affection for the movie. I really do. Alien Resurrection, I mean, that's kind of a mess, but even that, I have respect for the talent behind it. I mean, Alien 3, you have such great talent behind it. David Fincher's first film. I mean, to see kind of how he was starting, how he was developing his style, that's priceless to me. Seeing that on film, flaws and all, I think it's an interesting and fascinating film, and I think the story of the making of the film is fascinating enough to make a film of in and of itself, which I'd love to see. They had the making of Citizen Kane, the RKO 281 movie with Liev Schreiber. They should do something like that with the Alien 3. I think that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, getting off the track here. And Alien Resurrection, Jean-Pierre Jeunet, a very talented French director, and a great talented cast behind it. Joss Whedon, the writer of it. I mean, anything Joss Whedon does, people praise, except for Alien Resurrection and the last season of Roseanne. But anyway, I applaud the efforts. I mean, they took it where they could. So, what are they exactly going to do if they're, following up right after Aliens? Which Blomkamp already, he's been signed on for the director of this movie for only a couple of weeks, and already he's kind of giving everybody false answers and not really deciding where the franchise is going to go or where this sequel is going to go. Oh, it's going to ignore Alien 3 and 4 completely. Oh, no, it's not. It's not going to ignore it, but it's going to be taking place right after Aliens. So, yeah, I don't mean to ignore it, but you are going to ignore it, aren't you? So, what the fuck? There's many ways this could go. I mean, let's be real here. Either way, I'm going to watch the movie. I'm going to go see the movie because it's a new fucking Alien movie with Sigourney fucking Weaver. That's fucking amazing. really. I mean, that's where the line is, right? But I don't know if if the movie starts out with like Ripley waking up in her cryotube, and like, oh, what a horrible dream. Oh, you were there, Toto was there. Oh, none of that happened. I'm gonna fucking walk out of the fucking theater, because fuck you, Neill Blomkamp, if you fucking do that. You know, let's try and exercise a little bit of creativity here. I think it would take a lot more talent. I think it would take a lot more creativity. I think it would take a lot more guts to continue from where Alien Resurrection left off. Which I know people are like, you know, it's like, who wants to use that stinky bathroom after everyone's been in there? I know, I get it, but still, I would appreciate the talent even more. I'd be a lot more impressed. But the thing is, I mean, it's like, it is kind of a fanboy say rules, apparently, where people, I mean, this isn't news. This isn't like a new thing where someone had thought, let's take Alien 3 and 4 out of the picture. People have been talking about this forever. Oh, let's just pretend Alien 3 was a bad dream. Let's pretend Alien Resurrection was a bad dream. Whatever. If that's the case, I mean, that's the shittiest fucking writing. I mean, that's been on fan fiction since the internet existed. That is bullshit. So I would hope Neill Blomkamp doesn't resort to that. One thing he probably could do, which he might do, which I'm getting this sense is going to be what he's going to be doing, just not even acknowledging anything. Just continuing right after, pretending, not even giving it the time of day to pretend it was a dream or anything like that. That's also kind of bullshit. But I mean, if he goes that way, he goes that way. Can't really stop him. I guess there's other ways too. I mean, it wouldn't be completely out of the question if, say, maybe they brought in like time travel or some shit like that. I don't know. As cheesy as it sounds, I mean, think about how many movie sequels have incorporated time travel to kind of fix things. You know, X-Men, of course, the more recent example, Planet of the Apes, time traveling all over the fucking place in that series. When you wouldn't associate Planet of the Apes with time travel, but here we are. So I mean, I could almost buy that. I would buy that more than like a bad dream, like, you know, the what is it? No, the Nostromo, the Sulaco, is caught in a interdimensional space storm. Billions upon billions of timelines have shot out, and the Alien 3 and 4 films are what we have seen of one possible timeline, and here's going to be another possible timeline. So even if they do something like that, I would at least have a little bit of respect for it, because at least we can kind of say, hey, well, this is the timeline here, this is the timeline here. Maybe they could do something like that. I don't know. A writer I am not, but I would have a lot more respect if they at least, if they are going to ignore it, I would hope they can do it with some kind of inkling of respect to the work that was done, to the movies, to what Ripley has gone through. I mean, Ripley, she's one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite film characters ever, because her journey, it is such an interesting one. In Alien 3, I mean, there's just so much in there. So, this, you know, desperate final battle to defeat the alien, her suffering, her martyrdom, basically, of saving the entire world. To just erase that from existence? Fuck you if you do that. Really, really. And Sigourney Weaver's performance in that is stellar. I mean, she goes to a whole different kind of level there. I think that is an iconic performance. And, you know, even, you know, just the imagery of that film, we always kind of remember that image of the terrified Ripley with the alien beside her. I mean, that is an image that could just stand for the whole series. That encapsulates the whole series, that image. So, I mean, it's in part my sentiment for, you know, 3 and 4, which they're flawed, but I would accept them. The Alien versus Predator movies, they're easy to ignore because they're not really a part of Ripley's story or anything like that. But they just cut the series in half and see what happens from there. I hope they don't do. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. Like I mentioned, it is just such a tricky series from a story standpoint. Like right from the very first movie, they're always kind of backing themselves into corners, which I would say with something like Prometheus, they pretty much did the only thing that they could do, which was to take the universe and, you know, make it as a prequel, but be its own movie basically, and kind of explore, you know, the jockeys and the ships and the engineers, which we saw in the movie, which I thought all that stuff was so well done. And it pains me, it really does pain me that people don't like the movie. There are quite a few people who bitch about the movie. Meanwhile, it's like, just like right now, right where we are right now, let's say where we were in 2010. Oh, Ridley Scott's making a new Alien movie. It's a prequel. Ridley Scott says it's not a prequel. Okay, where's the more news about this Alien prequel? Ridley Scott says, no, it's not a prequel. It has strands of alien DNA. So when we hear news about these sequels, prequels, it's like biology class, genetic siblings, DNA. Okay, what's going to be happening with this prequel? Not a prequel. Anyway, people see it. This is the worst prequel ever. This didn't connect directly to Alien. What the fuck is going on? Fuck you. So, I mean, you can't win. It is, again, it's kind of like a fanboy rule kind of thing. But, with what Ridley Scott did in Prometheus, if all the films in the series backed into corners, Scott said, fuck the corner, here's my own room. I don't know. Especially when you think how Cameron invented the Queen, which kind of fucked things up. I mean, to have this alien Queen, it really has to fuck things up. Because think about Alien Resurrection, how they're like, okay, one, we gotta get Ripley back, but we need more of these aliens, so we need to get the Queen back, so we're gonna clone her with the Queen, even though that's genetically impossible, because how could we clone her from her blood? Would it have the Queen blood in it at the same time? How could we get her with the Queen embryo in her at the same time? The movie makes no sense. Alien Resurrection is a fucking stupid movie, but whatever. The Queen just kind of fucked everything up. So here's Scott saying, well, there's more to this, okay? There's more biology to these goings-ons, like these eggs. I mean, they're not specifically designed for people. There's something higher going on here. This is a movie about mankind and creation and who made who. Man creating intelligent life, or artificially intelligent life through androids, through the David character, the brilliant Michael Fassbender in his role as David. What if mankind is this kind of creation, this experiment, this cancer that has been thrust upon the world? There's been even like a recent scientific theory lately that life on Earth was seeded through higher intelligence. So, I mean, that's kind of what, Prometheus is kind of suggesting there. But, at the end of the day, no one cares about that with Prometheus. They're more about, oh, well, what's that goo? Why are they taking off their helmets when they don't know if the air is okay to breathe? Why doesn't this connect directly to aliens? Why did Charlize Theron run in a straight line when she should have zigzagged? Fuck you. I mean, fuck you. Honestly, I love Prometheus, but I feel like I'm getting off the track here. But I'm just saying that I think if the series had to be taken somewhere, I think it had to be taken in the direction that Prometheus took it in. And I love the movie, and I would be still more excited for Prometheus too, even though I love Sigourney Weaver and everything. But the thing is, it's such a complicated series with so many places that you can go wrong with the plot that they've set up from that first movie, 1979. So many places you can go wrong. And, Alien 3 and Resurrection, they've evidenced that. Alien vs. Predator, if you even want to count them, they've of course evidenced that. I think Neill Blomkamp is an extremely talented director. Writer, maybe not so much. But I would think for the most part with the Alien series, at least with what fans want from or expect from the Alien series, it's not going to be, kind of higher philosophical kind of stuff that Prometheus was trying to hint at and trying to suggest, and what I really appreciated about the movie. But it's going to be more straightforward. It's going to be more about, how can we characterize Ripley a little bit better, and I think Blomkamp is good with characterization. He's a little messy with his allegories, as we've seen with District 9 and the whole apartheid allegory, and with Elysium with the whole, 99% kind of allegory there. So he can't really follow through with that. But I think with something like Aliens, could possibly be an ideal flavor, an ideal type of style and execution that he would be very good for. I mean, his talent is undeniable. I mean, he's made, one of the most popular science fiction movies of the last decade. So I mean, it's in good hands. At least it's not, we're gonna make a new Alien movie. It's gonna be directed by, the guy who did like fucking Die Hard 5 or whatever. No, so it's in good hands, and I have confidence with that. But I hope, as a fan, as an admitted fan of this series, as he says he is, I hope he pays some reverence to the two other movies, the two black sheep of the franchise, where it is kind of this line in the sand that is drawn, where people will claim to be fans of the series, when in a lot of cases, people who say they're fans of the series, they're only fans of the first two movies, which, three is really good, I think. 4 has its problems, but again, it's Sigourney Weaver. She's back. She's doing something different. That's interesting. They're doing something different. Here, if they just make it fucking Aliens 2, then whatever. I mean, again, I'll still see it because fuck it. But I hope they take it in more creative directions. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, Prometheus, that met every expectation I had. I love Prometheus, and if they pigeonhole or they squeeze in or kind of just throw whatever they can in with the 5th film or 2.5 film or Neill Blomkamp's untitled Alien film, then I mean, it's just an embarrassment of riches. Bottom line here is we have Sigourney Weaver coming back as Ripley. That's exciting. That's really where, the attention needs to be, I think. Blomkamp, I'm a little iffy on. I hope he does the right thing. But it's like, you hear him in interviews, he's saying all these contradictory things. Basically, I'm positive. I'm 100% positive what he has so far in terms of story is the fucking art he posted. And that's a little worrisome. Also worrisome that along with this news of the new Alien film, along with the release of his new film, Chappie, he's taken it upon himself to be very candid about Elysium. Say, I fucked it up, is what he said. I fucked it up. Well, that's great. That puts a lot of confidence in me. But, since when did Hollywood become so, super honest? I don't know. Like, hey, it was a piece of shit, but you saw it, so whatever. That's worrisome. But I think he's still a better director, still a more talented director than name any movie out right now. Probably more talented than the directors behind them. I mean, what's the number one movie right now? 50 Shades of Grey or something? Or no, what that Will Smith, Margot Robbie movie? Whatever. I mean, it's exciting. I'll see it. I'm conflicted. Whatever. So, I guess those are my rambling thoughts. I hope that made sense. I'm a little worried as someone who appreciates the series as a whole. I want to see it continue. That's what I want to see. I want to see a continuation, not a mini prequel, sort of. If it is a mini prequel, if it's a half reboot, I don't even know what the fuck it is. It's worrying, but it's coming in 2017, so there'll be plenty of time to speculate. There'll be plenty of time to, hear all the bits and pieces of news. Until then, maybe Prometheus 2, which I think is going to be called Paradise. I think that was always kind of the working title. I look forward to that with great enthusiasm. So yeah, that's my video, my rambling. Thank you so much for watching. I've been going on for like 20 minutes now, just rambling on and on and on. But whatever. If you like this video, please subscribe to me. That'd be awesome. Let me know what you think. Do you? That's actually what I'm really curious about. Please, if you're watching this, comment. Just put one word, like Alien 3, not one word, but like one sentence. I hate Alien 3 and 4. I want it to continue from Aliens. I want to hear that. Or I want to hear, I like Alien 3 and 4. I want it to continue from 4. See what they can do. Whatever. Leave me a comment. I want to know your thoughts. I'm curious. And if you like this, give me a like. And I'll just shut up now. So thanks so much for watching. And this is Derek, last survivor of Nostromo, signing off.